Hey, welcome back. I have a request from Rukio to explain how to make an audio source play from multiple locations at once. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Let me go over into Smooth POV and get started. To do this, I'm going to need a dev tooltip, and I'm going to need an audio source of some kind. I'm going to go to the inventory here, and I'm going to go inside Neos Essentials Music, and we're going to spawn out Card Match 3D Fantasy. With that spawned, that's actually all we need for this tutorial. I'm going to go ahead and get started. So you'll see here that the audio has spawned with an audio player orb, which is this green thing. I can adjust the volume, which I'm going to be doing. You should be able to hear this, but the volume should be down low enough that I can talk over it. There you go, it's playing. But you'll notice if I go away from it, now you can't hear it. So we're going to go back and we're going to inspect it. And we'll pause it just for a second. Once you've inspected it, you'll notice you start on the collider, just reselect the sound file at the top here, and you'll see a bunch of components which I'll go over so you know what they do. The static audio clip provider is the actual OGG file in this case. It could be a WAV file as well, or any other sort of audio source that will play. It refers to the actual file on the hard drive, or in this case inside the Neos network. Beneath that is the audio player orb. That represents a component which is controlling the green audio player orb to my left here. Grabbable, we've covered. I'm going to skip over audio output just for a second. Audio clip player is the player for the audio clip. It controls things like play, pause, stop, skip, etc., stuff like that. I'm going to skip over exportable and asset proxy. Those are a bit more advanced. Down here we've got audio waveform texture. The waveform texture component is what's generating the bouncy wave here that's around the outside of the audio player orb. Now we can go back up to the audio output. Audio output is what controls how the audio is outputted to the world. So you can see here that it's set to 0.28 on the volume. And if I increase that, you'll see it goes all the way up to 1 and back down again, etc. If I hit this bottom icon, the speaker, you'll see that it goes from spatial blend of 0 to spatial blend of 1. When it's on the speaker, it's on spatialize and spatial blend of 1. And when it's on broadcast, it's on spatialize 0 with a spatialize checked off. On this Wi-Fi kind of icon, it will broadcast the entire world. That isn't what Rukio wants though. They want to output this exact same audio file to another location. So let's get started on that. To do that, we need to create a new object which has an audio output on it, and we're going to just copy across the source property. So let's do that. I'm going to go ahead and create a new cube. We'll inspect that cube, scroll to the bottom of the cube, attach a component, audio output. And now we can copy the source property here by grabbing it and dropping it into the source property over here. There we go. And now when I play this, you'll notice it has an independent volume and things like roll-off mode and Doppler levels, etc. But it's playing the same audio and it's synchronized with this audio player orb. So now if I leave this playing and we fly over here, you'll see we can still hear it. And now if I fly all the way back over to the audio player orb, you'll see we can still hear it here. Not only that, but we can go ahead and duplicate this audio player orb, this audio player box here, and put it somewhere else within the world. So I can chuck it here, and you'll hear it here. We can go back over to here, and you'll hear it here. And we can also go all the way back over to the original audio player orb and hear it here. This won't be a tutorial on the various settings within the audio output, such as the spatialize and Doppler levels. I need to do some more research on those before I cover them. This is just a quick one to get Rukio unblocked on their idea of having different audio outputs. A quick note here, make sure you don't have too many. There is a performance implication for each audio output that you have, and it can cause problems if you have too many. 2 or 3, 4 should be fine, but don't go crazy and have like 20 within a world. You might end up having problems there. Additionally, make sure that you've set the audio type group to the same for all of them, as that will enable users to utilize their settings to turn it down. In this case, the box is set to sound effects, which means it will be triggered by the sound effect dial. And the original one here is set to multimedia, which means it will be triggered by the multimedia dial. So if it's music, set it to multimedia on both. So you can go down here and set this to multimedia. There you go. That's all I got for you, Rukio. I hope that helps. I'll go over more audio stuff in the future. Thank you. Bye-bye.